Hey y'all, I'm Ali. Welcome to Little Hill Homestead. I have filmed this intro like 7 times because honestly, I don't want to do this video. I don't mind doing the video because I don't mind filming for you, but I don't want to do the work that is going to be involved in this project. I am not going to lie. Y'all, let me start from the very beginning. I mean, obviously, you know, this is about redoing our pantry, but let me start from the very beginning. On the day I was born, no, I'm just kidding, I'm not going that far back, but let me start with this. I was raised by a single mom. We did not have a lot of food in our house growing up. There were certain times when things were hard. And so my mom kept a decent pantry with some stuff in it, but she was a single mom with 3 kids. She didn't have a ton of money. So we did the best we could. Shawn grew up with a dad and mom who had what they called a food room. And it was basically like 45 containers of peanut butter, a bunch of rice. They had 6 kids in their house. And so they had a lot of mouths to feed. So my mother-in-law would go to, I think it was called Price Club at the time, but it became Costco, and have tons of canned food and tons of ingredients so that their family could eat, because that's a lot of people to feed. The other thing is, we grew up in Southern California where you have earthquakes. And so you were always kind of like told to be prepared and have water on hand and have some food on hand and a backpack with granola bars and weird stuff in it, right? So we both had this mentality to be kind of prepared and have some food on hand. Okay, fast forward. We're married. We've been married for a long time, actually. Now we're almost 29 years. But 10 years ago, we moved into our house. And we have 3 kids. We move into this house, and we had a little bit of space to build a 3-month pantry. So we decided we would sit down, and we went through every book we could find on how to build a 3-month food supply for your family. So we stockpiled, I don't know, 50 pounds of rice, and I don't even know what all we stockpiled, you guys, a lot of stuff. And we kept this like notebook with it all that we actually still have. Problem with it is we didn't eat the food that we bought. So we got through most of that, but over the next 10 years, our food pantry, or as we call it, our working pantry, really evolved to fit our family's needs. And we had it down pat, you guys. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. We had it down to where we knew how many times we were gonna eat Mexican rice in a 3-month period, and how many cans of Herdez we needed, and how much rice we needed, and how much oil we needed to feed our family for 3 months. Like, we had it down pat. And it was perfect because we thought, if there's any kind of natural disaster, we had an ice storm, we couldn't leave the house for 7 days, and we had plenty of food. We, if you have a job loss, if you have like, you know, a government shutdown, you know, anything like that, and food is gonna be harder to come by for your family because of finances, this is a great way to not have to worry so much, right? So, what had happened though, is almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, 2 of our kids moved out within 2 weeks of each other. So we still have 1 kid that lives at home. He's 20, so he's still here with us. But our other 2 kids moved out. They were grown adults. They're graduating from college. They're doing their thing. And we were like, bye. Have fun. Well, part of the reason that I started a YouTube channel in the very first place is I thought, oh my gosh, okay, our kids would call us and say, how did you cook this? Well, I would film things for them so they knew how to cook the stuff that we would make for them all the time. That's what started our YouTube channel almost 2 years ago. Well, funny part is my kids don't watch our YouTube channel. I don't even know if they ever check it out. But it grew into something so much more with all of you guys. But we probably 6 years ago stopped eating a lot of processed foods. Of course, we have some stuff on hand because we have kids. So you'll see ramen and cereal, or you'll see pastaroni over here and things like that. And we had those on hand when our kids were living here. Well, over the 6 years, we don't eat those things anymore. And so a lot of this stuff is either expired or about to expire, or we just don't eat and needs to get donated to make room for the things we currently actually use. So, my dog is dreaming. So if you hear what sounds like a hiccup, it's my dog dreaming. But, of course, we do keep a couple boxes of simple, like, cake mix. Our homemade, we do that as well. But there's things in here that honestly, okay, this was my kicker. This is why I decided to do this video. I grabbed vinegar to make some barbecue sauce a couple days ago. when I took this out, I realized that right behind it is this giant bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce, which the kid who moved to Canada ate this all the time. Well, that was 18 months ago, you guys. So I looked, and when did this expire? Oh, about 18 months ago. So I need to get in here. I need to clean. I need to organize. I need to get down and dirty and start from scratch. But why I thought I would bring you along. So I shared a video, gosh, probably a year and a half ago, I'm not gonna lie, on how we did all this, how we came up with this, all the like Google Sheets that we use and everything. Well, I pulled it out the other day and I started looking at it and I realized this is not working for our current family need. Like, not even close. So I'm gonna redo it. So I sat down on the couch and I deleted everything on this list that we no longer purchase. And it was literally like 70% of the list. And then I slowly sat down and I was like, okay, what do we actually need to stock up on and have in this pantry that makes sense to us? Spices, oil, whole foods like flours and sugars, and we have our wheat berries down here, oats, things that you can use as bases for cooking in your house. Not all this stuff. So, I don't want to do it, you guys. Don't make me do it. What I'm going to do first is get a trash can. And I'm going to start probably on this door. And I'm going to work through the entire thing and throw away anything that is expired. And 2, find anything that we don't actually eat or utilize in our house, like Crystal Light. My kids used to drink this. It doesn't expire until 2027. So we will donate this. I've done this intro a couple times, so I can't remember if I said this. But this is a great time to donate food to Boy Scouts of America or to whatever food bank you choose, because we're getting close to like holidays and things like that. And so people are accepting donations for that more so now than any other time of year. So I'm going to pack some of this in boxes and send it off to family that could use it, which just means probably my son's house. Anyways, I just thought I'd bring you along so you can see how to make it work for your family. Because you guys, you don't want to spend money on things you're not going to eat. Groceries are too expensive right now to be doing that. So I'm going to get my trash can. I'm not going to lie. It is 9 o'clock at night on a Friday night. Sean's buddy is in town and they're in watching sports. And I'm in here debating if I really want to do this or not. So if this video never actually makes it to the channel, don't be surprised, because I really don't want to do this. Yeah, I don't want to do this. Oh, I want to see the expiration date on this, though. All right. We started making our own ranch dressing 3 years ago. So this is previous to that. Yeah, this expired. See, this is the kind of stuff, it's like $4 or $5 a bottle, and it's just going to go in the trash. It's just sad. But anyways, it's a big reason why we do this channel, is so things don't expire because you use good, clean ingredients. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point, you guys. Anything to not do this. Okay, I'm going to go get a trash can. I may be in different clothes when you see the next part of this, because I don't think you actually want to see me just chuck a bunch of food into a trash can. Maybe you do. What was that lady's name? Marie Condren or whatever it was that everybody... No, that's like a notebook lady. Okay, just stop talking, Ellie. Get a trash can. All right, the trash can is out, and it is time to get started. Here's the sad part. This is all stuff that is expired, you guys. Isn't that just sad? It's just stuff we don't use. There's a bunch of canned food, processed stuff, ranch dressings, mac and cheese. It's all going. I ended up with no donations because we do Pantry Challenge in January, and I will get through a bunch of this stuff. But let me take you and show you the computer program, like what we came up with to keep track of what we have in here that obviously I have not paid attention to in the last 9 months because I had stuff from 2021 that was expired. So the good thing is all this is in date. This is all edible food for my family, and I'm gonna use it. Dang it. But anyways, let me show you the computer and what we have come up with and how we're gonna restock. All right, I'm taking a mental health break. No, I'm just kidding. We got the entire closet. I have a banana for the chickens. We got the entire closet cleaned out, and it took me about 45 minutes, which really wasn't that bad. I did pull everything out, put it on my sewing table, like wiped down the shelves and made sure that everything that went into the trash can was expired. And it really wasn't as bad as I made it seem. So 9 months of waiting took me 45 minutes. Just go clean your cabinets. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, I'm going to go feed my chickens. There they are. You can see them right here. I'm going to go feed them their banana and then get back to my computer to show you guys the computer side of this. So I changed shirts and now it's because it's cold. And now I'm going to go back in and it's going to get hot. It's just, you know, I love fall in the South. Anyways, let me go feed these. You know what? Let me show you guys feeding the banana to the chickens. You guys are nuts. They're crazy. Are you guys ready for this? They're all right here at my feet. Okay, ready? They're like nut jobs. They, if you guys remember, I think I showed you a video when they were like 6 weeks old. They're pretty much still bonkers for bananas. Anyways, there's your little chicken video of the day. They get them and then they run off with their piece of banana. They eat the peel and everything, guys. So we buy organic, but yeah, they're nuts. Okay, back into the closet to do the next part of it, but I thought I'd give you a break to show you the girls. Oh, here comes Bernice, the nut job of the crew. Okay, okay, they took it. Bye, guys. No, they're gonna go fight over it. Okay, so we use Google Docs or Google Sheets to make our list. It's sort of like Excel, but it's online and it's free. So I can share this list with Shawn. We can bring it up on our iPhones or whatever. I'm trying to do this one-handed and you can see my shadow too. Awesome. Anyways, what I do is up here, I put each time we're doing a stock up or what I'm doing today so that I know the last time that I did it. I'm sorry, I'm shaking all over. But what I do is I go through here and I have flour, bread flour, semolina. I break it down by the things we want to keep in our pantry, things we actually use. This is my cleaned up version with the things that we actually eat. Then next to each one of them, I have how many I want to have in our pantry for a 3-month period. So we'll probably eat penne pasta 3 times in 3 months. But we also keep semolina on hand and eggs, so we can make from scratch anytime. Things like Herdez, we use this for our Mexican rice. We eat it about 8 times in 3 months. So we kind of looked at what we drink, eat, what we do, and we came up with this list. So when I go count the closet, like this is 25 pounds of flour, 25 pounds of bread flour. I will see how much I have, and if I need to buy something, I just write it in here. Then when I sit down to actually go to the store and go grocery shopping, or like today I'm going to use actually Amazon Fresh, because when I do these bulk stock ups, Amazon Fresh is really reasonably priced, I have found out, and they drop it off at my house for free. So I don't have to carry canned goods and 25-pound bags of flour. Somebody else does it for me. So I'm going to go into the closet and count all this stuff and see what I actually need to buy. So Google Sheet, what I like about it is it's always attached to my Google email address or my Gmail, and so I can get to it anytime. You can also go back and I believe you can I can share it with people, but I've had issues with this not sharing correctly. The other thing you can do is go back and look at old versions of it. So I don't remember how to do it, but we'll see. You know, there's a way to do it. So if I wanted to go back and look at every edit that I've ever done on this, I could revert it back to one from 10 years ago if I wanted to. So that's kind of why we do it this way. Okay, anyways, let's go count. Okay, so what I do is bring my list out here. I print it because I'm old school and I need tangible. And what I do is go down my list and I put a slash mark of anything I don't need. And then if there are things that I need or things I need to check in another part of the house, like we don't store our sugar out here, but it is on my list. And baking powder. I think I just got some from Azure, but I got it from Thrive. Either way, I'm gonna go in the house for a few of these things. The rest of them, I either put the quantity that I need, like 2 or 1 or whatever, or notes to myself, like do I need powdered milk? I need to go look to see if I need to make homemade coffee creamer, or do I need cornstarch? I need to check in the house. Things like that. The other thing that we are doing is we now can our own beans. So things like on here, we had navy beans, cannellini beans, things like that. Well, I have a few packs of dried beans that I'm gonna use to make our own canned beans. But I'm missing a couple. So I will need to order the dried beans to be able to complete that project. And then I'll make sure that I just get it done in the next few weeks. But if I have them on hand, I feel like I'm ahead of the game. So that's kind of where I am right now. I did move my vinegar over here because it's a little more out of the way. And then I added some peanut butters that I had in the house up there. So that's the only change I've made. I think it looks good. I think I can work with this. Now I get to go sit down with my phone and probably a cup of tea, since apparently I have 4,000 tea bags that I've learned about, and go shopping. Sometimes I do Walmart pickup. Sometimes I do Kroger. I really price shop to see who has the best deals on certain canned foods or what I need to make it worth my while. Well, I was blessed with an Amazon gift card that is going to cover $100 of this. So I kind of figured, why not use Amazon Fresh and use that gift card wisely to feed my family? So that's what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to go sit on the couch with some football on and do that part and let you know how that goes. So heading off. Okay, so I sat down yesterday and I wrote down, well, I make notes to myself as I sit down to place an order for a bunch of stuff. So on here, I also put a couple categories to the side right here. And these are things that maybe we could find cheaper or a better deal or Amazon Fresh didn't have. And by the way, I'm not associated with Amazon Fresh. I literally just use them because we had a credit and an Amazon gift card. And I was like, well, it's a good way to use it to feed your family. So a few things I still will pick up from Azure, like molasses, because we prefer theirs. I'm going to grab some vanilla extract because I just started my new batch for the year, and I could throw in the crock pot and do it that way, but I decided I have enough, so I'll just go ahead and make a batch. Let's see, what else did I end up getting there? Molasses, a backup honey. We already have one, but I like to have two because we go through it a lot. Sorry if you can hear my kid talking. I'm in his space. And then I did look at a few things on Thrive Market because they were cheaper than either Azure or Amazon Fresh, if that makes any sense. So make notes, price shop. It took me about an hour to do my whole list, getting everything in my cart, but they bring it to me, you guys. There's all my groceries. I placed my order last night. I picked a time slot for delivery, so it didn't cost me anything for it to deliver. So all I had to pay was a tip to the driver. Well, we had enough Amazon gift card. We had a certain dollar amount, and it was blah, 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 0.47 Well, our total for our groceries was the exact amount and 47 cents, like to the penny, the exact same, which I thought that was weird, but cool. Anyways, I am going, so it's the next day now, by the way. So our groceries got delivered this morning, and I had to move my stuff, but let me get them put away, and then I'll give you the grand tour now that we have all our stuff. What did I end up purchasing? You might want to know. By the way, I have the camera turned, so if I'm looking like I'm cross-eyed, I'm not. It's just I forget to where to look sometimes. Backup coffee, some oat milk, pineapple, tuna, syrup. We keep backup syrup for the kids. Olive oil, a couple chicken broths, 30 pounds of sugar. We use cane for certain things, but I still keep granulated on hand because we use it for hummingbird food and other stuff. Cocoa powder, some semi-sweet chocolate chips because I love Azures, but they just are so expensive. We got baking powder. We make our own powdered sugar, but because Shawn doesn't know how to make powdered sugar or brown sugar without me being there, I usually keep a small bag on hand, and it's just so that they can grab it if they need it. Foil, parchment paper, a couple things of pasta. We keep pasta on hand for backup, but we usually make our own, and paper towels. So mostly just baking ingredients, you guys, stuff that isn't processed, but we'll use to make, except for we do buy Hormel chili with no beans for chili dogs. But let me get this stuff put up, as we say in the South, and I'll show you the final cleaning. All right, guys, I got everything put away, and I'm gonna give you a little tour of what and where and how our pantry works for us. So let me just walk in. This door. Like I was saying, we built these racks. They're our kids' old bunk beds. We keep pasta over here. So these are pastas, hamburger helpers and rice-a-ronis, more pastas, gnocchi, rice. I did keep the Crystal Light because we do have company from time to time, and it's a good one to throw out for them. And then these are all dried chilies that we use for tamales and different Mexican dishes. So that's, I kind of stayed similar to what it was, but we restocked a few of our pastas. We do make our own pasta from scratch, but sometimes it's really easy just to grab a box, y'all. Okay, this section. We have marinara sauces. I did grab a couple pizza sauces. They're a little bit thicker than our homemade marinara, so we do have a couple of those. Penne pasta. I ended up with this section. This over here ended up being coffee, dried milk products like our sweetened condensed milk, our media crema, our evaporated milk, tea, anything related to that type of situation is over here. Extra coffee, all that stuff. We have our Campbell soup, which we don't use often, hidden behind our enchilada sauce, and then all our dried beans. I'm gonna can dried beans this week. I have a video on that on the channel already, so I won't bring you along, but I am gonna restock from there versus buying cans. And then marinara. Over here, what we ended up doing, these are all oils that we use for cooking. I do keep a couple boxes of, this is a brownie mix and a cake mix. I keep those on hand for dump cakes and easy desserts when our kids are about to come over. This is like sweeteners, maple syrup, cocoa powder, cane sugar, that type of situation. These are rando grains. I've got buckwheat in there, einkorn, rye flour, stuff that I need to probably make through. Cornmeal, Bisquick, syrups. We make our own, but I do like to keep these on hand, kind of more for emergencies. I do keep one box of Crusties for camping and stuff like that, but I keep ours in the house. Popcorn and peanut butter. I'm gonna bring you over to this side. These are all the spices. Like I said, we make our own tamales, so we keep a thing of tamale on hand. We also use that for tortillas. All our spices, baking powders, and cornstarch, and breadcrumbs, anything we use for baking ended up on this side. Vanilla beans. If you are a person who needs vanilla beans, this is my jar from last year. I've got 3 left that I need to get through. But these are from Costco, you guys. They get the organic Madagascar vanilla beans. You get 20 beans in this cute glass jar. These are really good beans. They're nice and tender. You get 20 of them, and it's right around $10. I usually grab 2 of those, and that gets me through the year. So they're in right now. I went yesterday to Costco. They only get them in fall, and once they're out, they're out. So if you need vanilla and have a Costco membership, good time to go. Okay, this section. Let's go here first. I moved my Ziplocs up here. We go through Ziplocs, foil, parchment paper, plastic wrap. That stuff's all up there, so it's easy to know when I need to get more. Chicken stock. This is the yeast we use. You guys ask me all the time what yeast we use. We use Bella Rise. It's an instant yeast. We get it at Sam's Club. You get 2 pounds, 2 single containers for right around $5. It's like $5.50-ish. One of these lasts us a month, and so I keep 3 of those on hand. So 3 months worth. Boom. Bread flour. I really like the King Arthur's bread flour. We do make our own from all-purpose flour using gluten. What's that stuff called? You know what I'm talking about. We do videos on it. I keep these on hand because they're easy to grab. We do a lot of bread. I got this one a while ago, and I really just need to use it up. I hated this flour. It made my bread. It made me question my abilities, you guys. I keep couscous back here. We get it from Trader Joe's. That's the best price that we have found. Like I said, we keep ramen. That's for our child. Tortilla chips because, you know. Cereal because we have a kid. What I ended up doing here is these are mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, relish, barbecue sauce type stuff. This section is things like olives, artichoke hearts, Parmesan cheese, lamb puree, Worcestershire sauce, y'all. These are all hot sauces. These are all ingredients we use in Asian cooking. Soy sauces, sesame oils, mirin, flavored sushi rice, some teriyaki sauce. We've got hoisin sauce. It's all Asian bases for stuff we do. And then this whole section is actually vinegars. Balsamic, golden balsamic, the red wine vinegar that we make. And this is some more back there. So those are basically like ingredients we use for cooking. This canned food section, we're going to dwindle this down even more so, but everything in here is in date. So we're keeping it all. We do keep pepperoni on hand. We use that for pizza nights. We have a little bit of tuna. Oh my gosh, one of our kids ate this like literally daily. We like to keep a little on hand. It's great for emergencies if the power goes out or something like that. But man, that kid that moved out would go through those like weekly. So we have a few to get through. We do keep one corned beef hash. That's just for Shawn. Hormel chili with no beans. It's one of those guilty pleasures. We use it for chili dogs. We live in the South, so you got to have some diced pimentos. We love chili and adobo. I did my tomato products kind of right here so I can get to all my tomato sauces, tomato pastes, Herdez we use for Mexican rice. Peeled tomatoes, we make our own spaghetti sauce, like occasionally. Rotel we use in a recipe. Then we have olives, mushrooms, bamboo shoots, and then a few fruit and pumpkins over there. Down here, I'm putting the commercial stuff in front of what we have actually canned up so we can get it used up. But these are all beans, corns. I know some of you guys don't like hominy, but we do. I keep one can of yams. I don't know why. We never eat it, but I got it at Walmart for 25 cents, so I have one of those. Tostitos we're going to use because we have company in town, and then our water glass eggs ended up just kind of tucked back there. Bottom I didn't touch. I'm not messing with those jars. It's like an avalanche if I touch them, but these are our wheat berries, trash bags. We keep dog food, more jars, and then these are just additional kitchen appliances that we don't keep in the kitchen. Fondue pots and extra coffee pots and that type of thing. Anyways, that is the finished product, you guys. It ended up being much less work than I thought, and I feel good that it's done.
It's right here. I'll find
Yeah.
it.
Anyways, I will try to figure out if I can share that Google list sheet with you guys that we made. It's fine. Shawn's telling me my timer's going off. I have hot dog buns to go in the oven.
Can we just put it in?
We can put them in the oven. 18 minutes.
18 minutes, you got it.
Okay. Thank you, Lovey. Anyways, I'm going to try to figure out if I can share this list with you. Last time I said, tell me if you want it. We got a billion emails. So I'm going to try to figure out if there's a way to share it. Otherwise, here you guys go. There's your final picture. These are the things we actually use and cook with, and you often will see used in our videos. Anyways, a couple things from Azure that will pick up and thrive, but other than that, it's a done deal, y'all. It's time to close these doors and get on with my life. But thank you for coming along for this ride, and we out.